I just feel horrible. I feel horrible, and I'm just.
What about the time you and Scotty? What about the time you and Janisha? What about the time you thought they and me? Okay? What about all the time? I'm so sick of you, let me like all the time you put me through and you wanna come here and come for me and my baby. I'm going to the police. What about the time you and Janisha? What about the time you thought they and me? Okay? What about all the time? I'm so sick of you, let me like all the time you put me through and you wanna come here and come for me and my baby. I'm going to the police.
I love you. I love you too.
What is going on, entertainers? So time comes out with another video. So in this video, you guys, we're reacting to Joseline, okay? Joseline and Lemuel looks like they have reconciled their differences. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hype up the video. If y'all don't know, Joseline went on a huge tirade about a few, not even months ago, about a month or two ago, about how she feels like Lemmy is targeting her and is trying to unalive her and the baby, okay, without an epidural, and trying to basically take her down, stress her out, and also trying to hold her funds from the cabaret, which then made Lemmy cast a lot of the baddies, a lot of the cabaret girls on baddies, and has denied a lot of these claims. Now, these claims range from her claiming that he is trying to unalive her, her claiming that he has done abusive things in the past, her claiming that he has tried to do certain things to Janisha allegedly, her claiming that there's unalive bodies that have been found at the Zeus offices. I mean, the list went on and on. But now, y'all, she has now refuted and apologized, and it looks like her and Lemmy Papa have made amends. Now, Joseline, I'm sorry, but this kind of makes you look a little bit foolish. And the reason why is because, one, the wig. Why did you have to wear the Love and Hip Hop Humble wig on? Y'all remember the wig that she had on when she was looking to see if she was pregnant or not, when she was on the toilet? That wig, when she was like, ugh, when she was like this, why you had to wear the humble wig on? Was that the only way you could be humble and eat some of your words up? Was you having that I'm not going back to this thing club wig on? Because that's what it's giving. Because if you had that long wavy bust down, something tells me that you would have been cussing him out. And the reason why I say this is a little pathetic is because those were some harsh allegations. And I feel like when you make allegations like that, you really got to stand on it and stick to it, especially if you believe it's true. Or else now, if you say anything else about him and or other people, your word is not going to be credible because it's going to seem like you just said it in the heat of the moment and in anger and not because it's actually true. Now, let's take a look at what Sister Girl had to say about Mr. Weber.
Here with Joseline, and this is a very special moment. So, I just wanted to say before we start talking that, this is not a forced conversation. We didn't coerce each other to have this discussion. Nobody paid each other. She didn't pay me. I didn't pay her for this. This is for us to really just express ourselves and our feelings and really tell the truth about what happened. So, and why we are here. So that's what I want to say initially.
And that let me, I know exactly what he's doing. He's making sure that all of these allegations are refuted on camera. So that way, if anybody who tries to come back and try any funny business, it can't be funny because you are in 4K admitting the fact that you were not being truthful, allegedly, about the things that you said. Diddy could have learned a thing or two, I'll tell you.
But yeah, it's crazy. We ran into each other the other day.
I don't know if they believe it. I'm still kind of like not believing it. How we ran into each other at the mall or outside of the restaurant when we after we talked to the lawyers. That was crazy.
So just so they know, you had your lawyers, and we had our lawyers.
Right.
Talking.
Right.
Trying to find some solution.
Right. Right. For the last few weeks. And literally that day, after that day, that night, which was just like a few days ago. I was like, I told Bonnie and Ballistic, I was like, let's go get something to eat. Let's get out of the house. Little did I know I was going to run into you. That's the craziest shit. I'm still kind of shocked,
Yeah.
for real. I'm still like, I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's been a lot going on.
Well, yeah.
Like a lot.
Mm.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it was God. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
As far as like us running into each other the way that we did. You didn't want to talk to me. You was like, I talked to Ballistic. I went to talk to your ass.
Because you came in hot. You was recording me.
No, I know.
Now, this is what happened, y'all. When she came in, she like, look at this man. You trying to get me like, look at this man trying to get me. Look at him trying to get at me. Okay, this is the man that tried to take me down and try to ruin everything for me. Okay, that was the little reaction of what actually went down. A lot of people don't know how small Miami is. It's like this small, I'm telling you. So like, this was bound to happen if they were in the same vicinity and area. It's so small. Okay, very small.
She was like, hey, but this guy right here, she was going off. And I just said, I can't do that right now. And it was, I agree, she was very emotional. And I will say it was extremely random. I was in the car eating McDonald's. And I never eat McDonald's. And I just was just in the valet area at the mall. And my security kind of ended up, like, they were like,
they got in front of
car, and then they got in front of you, and then it was like,
we talked for a long time.
Yeah, and then it was like Joseline and Ballistic, and I was like, all right, I didn't expect that, and then we just, you kind of were expressing yourself, and then I said, hey, I'm down to talk to Ballistic, and then before, because you were pretty frustrated, and I didn't want to get frustrated, so Ballistic and I talked for a good minute, and then I think once we had a pretty solid understanding of everything, you came in, and then we started to have a real heart-to-heart. I know you were expressing yourself. You were very emotional, and you were very genuine. And
let me tell you something, Lemmy. You try to ruin me every day that you get. Man, you attack on my network. Why are you in TV? Now I'm sitting here with you. I'm looking at you in the eye, Lemmy. Okay, and I need you to give me my money, nigga. That's what I want you to do. Okay. Because we both here in Miami, and my nigga will whoop your mother if you don't stop it, okay? I've been through so much living, and they are attacking me. That's probably how the conversation went down.
And I was listening to your heart and what you were saying, and I felt like, hey, this is worth us really sitting down and talking more about it, and maybe independent of lawyers and teams and all that, maybe we just talk and have dinner. And I think once we
now, with him saying all of this, she's still rolling her eyes and not seeming happy. What's irritating about this situation is a lot of this really could have been avoided with one simple business email and or conversation. And I think that's what is so irritating about this. And it's going to make Joseline look very bad in the long run, because once again, her word isn't going to be a lot credible, because you're sitting there with somebody that you said is trying to unalive you and your child. Lemmy's better than me, because I ain't sitting in no room with somebody that accused me of some of the stuff that she accused him of, to be honest. Okay, but I think once again he's playing chess, not checkers, and he's thinking, hey, I'm gonna, play along to get along, because I don't need you years down the line trying to file some big suit against me for abuse and all these allegations and stuff. And now, you feel me? Just because I couldn't bite the bullet and sit with you and come to an agreement on something. But a lot of this really could have been avoided. Okay. With legal matters in the middle of it, before it got to legal towards the end, I feel like this could have been avoided and it could have been stopped altogether. And I will say both of them to me are a little bit at fault, because although Joseline ended up going on the internet and doing all of that, for Lemmy to sit there and act like he was not in his feelings that Tila was at that premiere party is cap. For him to sit there and act like he was not irritated that They were all over the blogs, including mine. All over the blogs. And her saying congratulations, her saying thank you for coming and supporting me and all of that. You cannot tell me he did not have a lot of irritation about that. It wasn't just even the fact that it violated a part of the contract that they may have had. Personally, it irritated him because he felt like I put you on and you basically finagling with not an op, but a competitor. That's what it gave to me. So, yeah.
Talking, I got LJ and Jason on the phone. You know, we just started to kind of go through everything, and then we had dinner the next day, and then we talked about it, and we said, hey, maybe it's important to publicly just, you know, talk about some of the things that were said. And I think for me, that was really important because, you know, my character, my integrity is everything for me, you know, just like I know it is for you. And, you know, no matter how mad people get and frustrated, I just think that it's important to always be truthful about certain things. And so for me, when I heard some of the things that you said on social media, because I went live a couple times, it did break.
A couple. Child, you make statements worth a plenty and use ChatGPT. How soon do we forget? But only rightfully so though, because he was trying to defend his name.
Break my heart, and it was very emotional. And you know, you have, you know, a powerful voice, you know, in our culture, in our community. And so, you know, when whether you say things, whether you mean it or not, or whether you hear things and you're echoing those sentiments, it still means something. So, you know, I just was very, very much hurt and very much, you know, disheartened by specifically some things, you know, that you said. And so, you know, I did write them down, just a few, because you did say a lot. But I, you know, I'm not gonna get into everything. But you know, for me, just saying the whole, you know, Diddy Jr. comparison, just implying any type of criminal or abusive conduct was like that was very hurtful because that's not me. That's not who I am. And no offense, you know, I know he has children and family, and you know, I'm not a part of that whole situation. But you know, I'm me. I'm Lemmy.
Hmm.
And so when somebody compares me to somebody in that way, I do take offense to it. You know, it was also just the, you know, trafficking women. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. I've never done that. I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I've never been accused of any crime in my life. I'm not gonna say my age, but for all the years that I've lived, I've never had to experience that. And then
I'm sorry. Oh man, I can't.
you know, just you know, being violent towards Janisha and Scotty, and when you said that, that kind of hurt. And you know, it was a lot of things. You know, there's no dead bodies at Zeus. I actually thought that was funny. You know, the dead bodies comment was actually pretty hilarious because we've never been attached to a dead body in our life at Zeus or been a part of anything like that. And then my dad being a part of an Israeli mob group, that's just the furthest thing from the truth. So I just, you know, there's just little things like that that just
Oh,
really, and you know, obviously there was other things that just were completely false and untrue. And I know we talked about it outside of doing this video. And so, you know, I just, you know, I know we both thought it'd be important to address that. And for them to hear from you, you know, for them to hear from me, because it's important for us to, you know, forgiveness is important. But you know, you've been a content partner at Zeus for many years, and you have brought tremendous value to the network, and you have meant a lot to me personally, and professionally. And so when I heard that, it just, like I said, it just kind of broke my heart. And so I did cry about it. I was hurt by it. And I'm sure you were hurt in your own way because, and I want to say this because there's no universe. And just so everybody knows, she is 1,000% pregnant. Okay. And they see that you're pregnant, Joseline. So they know. I don't know if you want to stand up so they can see. So all the rumors of her being pregnant is just, yes, there you go. And you look good. You look good too.
Thank you. You might not see it too much because, I'm like,
yes.
I feel like I'm pretty big though without.
You look great. You look great. So
people love to.
So gorgeous doll, babes, you owe her an apology. You sitting up there playing Inspector Gadget on the internet, trying to question her pregnancy. Acting like you were the turkey baster and you know what's going up there. Okay, you owe Joseline an apology on that. Cause I know Joseline would do nothing crazy like that. You know how crazy that would look on her? People who lie about stuff like that, they usually end up never recovering career-wise. Two things you never lie about is cancer and a pregnancy. So yeah.
So we can end the rumors of her not being pregnant.
I didn't know that was a rumor.
There was a rumor when all this was happening. People, oh, she's not pregnant. I heard quite a few people saying, but I wanted to say I say that to say there's no universe where I would ever intentionally or even unintentionally try to harm you or your unborn child. And I know you had mentioned that, you felt like because of certain business decisions that I was making, that was intended to hurt you or to cause your unborn child to be not born or to be affected. And I want to say that's not the case. And I do want to say I do apologize for how certain decisions that I made you feel. That's never my intention to make you feel any kind of way or to cause harm to you. So, I do apologize for how you feel about what you felt I did. You start your own network and you had some projects and I felt a certain way about all of that because of how it went down. And, I'm always going to support you. I'm always going to support, everything that you envision and what you desire. So, for me, it was just important to just let everybody know, and you specifically, that I would never do anything to try to cause harm to you and your child or your family ever in life. That's not even in me in general. So, but I do love you and I care about you, and I do appreciate this moment. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you for saying that you love me. I love you back. And truly, I am very disappointed at myself for going about it that way. And I truly regret from the bottom of my heart everything that happened, anything that I said and went online to say. Like, I really, truly regret that. And it was wrong. We are definitely a lot closer than that. I know that being pregnant brings a lot of other emotions. And we've been through we bring through so many things that people don't know about.
Right.
We've been through a lot of things throughout the past 7 years, and I've never went online to say anything about anything that we went through. So I'm very disappointed in myself, and I regret that from the bottom of my heart because
I feel like this is the first time I've seen Joseline on a public forum take accountability of something that she felt that she was wrong in. We usually see her sort of like apologize a little bit or like sort of say like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have did it this way. But for her to wholeheartedly say, I regret, and she's disappointed in herself, that means the lawyers were lawyering. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Oh, yes. The lawyers were lawyering. The fees were feeing, okay? A lot of people don't understand. To start up our own network and have it ran, because Joseline has already a few shows on there. I did check them out. And the Get Money Gears, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell she's trying to push the budget at a certain amount. It gets to be costly, okay? So I think she has that in her mind to think longevity than to try to think long term with this whole situation. And I think this is why she ended up doing what she did with agreeing to even make this video and work it out with him legally. Because she knows right now, if she were to keep going with this rift between him, her network would eventually suffer to the point where she would not be able to probably recover it financially. And I think that's what she's thinking.
I was super shocked about how everything went down. I was shocked. I was in distress, and I feel like I was like, "What is happening here?" Like, I couldn't understand what was going on. My mind was just like not in a place to understand what was happening, and some of the things I said was wrong. Everything I said was wrong. I should have never went about it like that. I should have never went online. I should have never did any of that stuff. And I should have really try to go about it another way. Speak to you, talk to you, and not even let my emotions take me to that place. Because I do love you very much, and I feel like we made history, and I feel like we put something so special together for many years. And the regret that I have is I can't even start to talk about it. It was wrong. It was wrong, and I feel bad about it. I feel horrible about it, and it was a lot to deal with. I was very emotional for those first 3 months. I mean, I think people don't understand. We've been going through this for a few months now, and it really took, got the better of me for sure. And I am sorry, like I told you already. I apologized the other day, twice already, when I seen you back to back.
Yeah.
And I'm still shocked that we're here and even talking about it.
Yeah.
Just because it's a lot. It was a lot that happened.
Yeah.
It was a lot that happened, but I feel like this time it was just like, okay, we're done. This is it. There's no more going back. We're over. There's no more cabaret. There's no more relationship. There's no more nothing. And look at God, brought us right back together. I couldn't believe I seen you the other day at the mall. I was shocked that I seen you.
Yeah.
But Liston didn't want to pull over. I was like, no, pull over. Let's go talk to him. Let's go see. I know the lawyers have been going back and forth, but I wanted to see you in your face and talk to you. And I don't know why I feel like that, but I wanted to have a conversation with you face to face. I feel sometimes like the lawyers can't communicate how we feel.
Yeah.
Right. And they always just going back and forth, however they want to do it. Everything's got to be so perfect and how they want to do it in order for things to move forward. And I just didn't want things to move forward like that. I respect you. I respect your family. And I feel horrible about some of the things that I said, and I still do. And so even with the lawyers, they don't think this is a good idea for us to even be having a conversation. But I feel truly in my heart that this needed to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to happen. And I want to apologize to you and tell you how truly sorry I am. And this would never happen again, no matter what I go through. It was also a learning experience for me. Because I feel like I've been forever just kind of playing such this hard shell. But this really showed me that I do have emotions, and then I can, break down just like anybody else can.
Yeah.
So this has been a learning experience for me. But, even the fact that I got to come sit in your face and just apologize about my wrongdoing, it's something that I regret very much so. And I'm having to stand up like a woman. And, and I told you my feelings. I told you that I feel hard. I feel like you wanted to hurt me. I truly feel like that. And I told you that. I told you how I was feeling. And I told you that, I feel like it didn't need to go down like that.
Yeah.
Because I've been with you for 7 years. Like I started when you first came out, I was one of the first persons there. So I was like, damn, Lemon, we can't go out like this. So, I also want to apologize for not taking the initiative to maybe like blow your phone up.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have been blowing you out. Maybe I should have been just calling more. Maybe I should have been like, nah, it's not like that. It's like this. And maybe the middleman couldn't have taken control of everything. And then us being here now. I feel like we couldn't really communicate, And I know you're so busy. So it's like, it's just like, it was one of those things. I didn't want to call your brother, even though I have a great communication with your brother, LJ, and with Jason. But, obviously, if they got to pick a side, they got to.
Not always.
They got to. But they got to. You're their blood family. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, she's feeling this way right now. Okay, we got to take Lemmy's side, which is understandable because obviously Ballistic is going to take my side. So everybody's got to. Okay, we got to separate for a minute, but I just feel horrible. I feel horrible, and I'm just like, damn, like when I see you, maybe that's why my heart was like, you need to go talk to him. Even though Melissa didn't want to stop, he stopped. I was like, no, you gotta stop.
Well,
no, that's just we could talk.
First of all, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that, and I 1000% accept your apology. I forgive you, and I love you, and I appreciate everything that you said prior to this.
Lemuel a lot more forgiving than I am. See, I'm working on myself. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay, it's like when somebody show me who they are, babe, stay over there. Stay over there. Okay, and I'm talking about myself. Okay, now I don't know if those things are 100% true, especially because a lot of people have said a lot of the similar things that Joseline have said. But I'm talking in my case, because I know I wouldn't have done some of the same stuff Levy has allegedly been accused of doing. It would have been you forever. Okay. Now I'm very shocked at Joseline, not because of her admitting her wrongdoing in the situation, just her admitting her wrongdoing in general. I don't think we've ever seen Joseline take so much accountability like she has. Ever. So to me, I feel like what is the future with them too? Like, because them working together, I feel like it would be very awkward because for you to still say something like that, although he could forgive and accept the apology, I just can't see another cabaret season being filmed and it just being copacetic when you literally accuse this man of trying to unalive you. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if we're talking about cast and everything like that, a lot of the OG girls, I just don't see them returning, especially when they've had a taste of that baddies check. Now, there is a few I feel like that would go back. Danny and Drea are somewhere very happy. Well, not Drea, but Danny is somewhere very happy, playing with her rose, wiping down the pole, oiling it up, and getting ready. I'm telling you, because that's one of the girls that didn't switch up on her. The rest of them, though, they said, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Danny is somewhere. I'm gonna hit her up. I'm like, Daddy, like, you feel me? Like, you just knew she is ready, okay, to hike back. I just don't see them. If they do bring it back, I don't see any of the OG girls making a return, though. I will say that. Because I think it's too much that has been said and done. But I do see her coming with a new crop and a new crop of girls if they were to keep going on Zeus. I will say that.
This moment and even in this moment. So I thank you for that. And again, I'm apologetic as well for how I made you feel. And again, that's not in my heart to try to make you feel like I'm doing something in any type of way to cause harm, meaning with the business of things. And, when I communicated that I felt a certain way about, the agreement, I do feel like, I wish things would have been a little different and we could have handled it differently. But we're here now, and this is a blessing, and this is a beautiful moment, and it shows growth. It shows that we as humans could hold ourselves accountable. And I think it just shows how strong our bond and relationship is from a personal and business perspective. And so I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you and your new baby on the way. Excuse me. I got a song, by the way, called Baby on the Way. So,
Oh my God. I would play that.
You know, he always gotta be a little corny. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about this. Does this shock you just as much as it did me? Once again, I feel like a lot of legal things had to come into play for this video to even have been done. I feel like Joseline although he said he did not pay her, I think legally she's satisfied. Let's say that. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below, and we're out, babies.